We're live.
Okay, welcome to the zoning board meeting of August 19th, 2024. Please join me in saying the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Over the agenda for tonight's meeting, under new business, we have an area variance for Bot Lane. And we have Brunswick Square, an area variance for a sign. And an area variance for CVE. And then under old business, we have a use variance for Atlas Renewable. We'll review the minutes from the meeting of July 15th. Does anyone have any corrections, additions, deletions?
No.
Someone make a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion.
Second? All in favor? Minutes are approved with no changes. First item of business is a area variance for property located at Bot Lane. Mr. Blake here.
Yep.
Can you come up and give us some information on what you're proposing to do?
Okay, my name is Jim Blake, proposed for 17 Bot Lane. It's a detached garage, which is going to be bigger than the 1,500 square that the area is, I guess. And I want to make it like 30 feet longer. It will not be seen from the road. It meets all setbacks. The front's like 1,000 feet, the back's 300, and the smallest one is to the left, which is 35 feet. It'll be the same roof line, same color of the house.
So exactly what are the dimensions of the garage?
40 by 70.
So the acreage you have is 8.85 acres?
Yes.
And the zoning district, that wasn't filled in on your application, is that an ag overlay?
Yeah. Sorry, did you, I thought you originally put down 40 by 60.
I think it's 40 by 70.
It is,
I
okay.
have stamp prints.
It's
There's,
40 by 72 on that.
Okay.
Okay,
there. I don't have anything on my application. That's supposed to be the lot size.
Well, it's also on the front. Yeah, proposed on the front is lot size, he's got 2,800 square feet. He does have the width by depth.
Oh, that's all incorrect. That's why I didn't see the 40 by 70, because that's supposed to be the lot size. Hmm.
the information about the lot.
So what is the height of the garage?
And same height as the house,
Which
Um,
is what?
20 feet, I think it was. I think it's going to be, I can't remember, there's 10 feet there. 20 feet? I don't know exactly. That's the lady's print wrong.
Yeah, can you, is that information that you could get to us? Because this is all that was
Oh, I
provided to
had,
us.
I had all prints, had them all made, copied. Looks like this. No?
Yeah, I don't think that the zoning board got.
Yeah, we didn't get
copy of
any,
plans.
this is all that we got in our packet.
I thought Wendy,
I left 5 copies with them.
yeah, I can go see if she left them in the,
We didn't get anything else.
with the height, it's not in a residential district, so it doesn't have to meet the 20 feet requirement.
It's not an agricultural building.
But it only requires 20 feet in a residential district. I believe.
What's the, square footage of the house? Because you said it's exceeding.
2100,
2,000 square feet.
yeah, the ranch.
So it is ranch, it's not two-story, it's just.
Yeah, but it's got the
Mhm.
high peaks.
It doesn't here, I mean, you did say that it's gonna look just like the house.
Yes, it
Be
will.
the same height as the
Yes,
house, so,
Yes,
so will it have the same siding, like what, you're gonna put the same siding
same
on?
color siding.
Same
If I
color?
can get the same siding, but it'll be same color.
Okay, so what is that?
Board and batten?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it's wood.
Well, no, I get the vinyl.
What is
They make it vinyl. It's like 1,000 feet off of the road. The other way. before it got-
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at, this is the plan that we got.
Yep.
I
Yep.
actually had a very hard time finding the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, where's the house? So does the house face down this way?
Yes, the house is, the driveway comes in like this. Comes down, this is the existing house,
Okay,
and that's a proposed garage.
okay, so the house.
The house is right there, faces this
Faces
way.
this
This
way.
is about, let me right here.
Okay,
This is over here for our field.
Mhm. okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions? If nobody has any more questions, then we can consider the application complete so that we can schedule you for a public hearing.
Okay.
Our next meeting is September 16th,
Okay,
and we can schedule you for 6 o'clock.
okay. Same place?
Yep.
Okay,
And Do the board members have permission to come out and
Yes.
see the site?
Yes.
Okay. So 6 o'clock on September 16th.
Thank you.
Our next item on the agenda is for 740 Hoosick Street at Brunswick Square. Mr. Angster attended our meeting last month, and he needed to revise a couple pages of the application. All the board members should have gotten the revised pages. And at this point, if you would have no questions from Mr. Angster and consider the application complete, we can go ahead and schedule him for a public hearing for next month.
Good with that. You need a motion on
Should we make a motion on that?
it? You need a motion?
Make a motion to.
Just go ahead.
you just-
Just administratively, like,
Everybody is okay
Yeah,
with the
I'm-
revised sheets that were
Yep.
submitted?
Yep.
Okay, the application is complete, and we'll schedule one for a public hearing on September 16th at 6:15. Our next agenda item is for CVE North America. We're looking to construct and operate a solar energy facility located at 511 McChesney Avenue Extension. Would someone like to come up?
Yes, hi,
Hi.
I'm David Cole, I'm the Director of Business Development,
What's your last name?
Froelich, F-R-O-E-L-I-C. So we submitted, site plan package, and has been distributed. We are seeking one variance. We're in full compliance with all setbacks, in the code, but the one requirement of 160-49, where we require all electric wires to be underground. We would do that on the entire parcel except for the point of interconnection at the entrance to the property, where National Grid has informed us that we need to put up 2 poles for each of the contractors. So we need to put up 4 poles, and then the wires will obviously come above ground to connect to the poles, which then connect across the street to the feeder.
So National Grid is telling you that you have to put up the poles in order to do the
Yes.
interconnection?
Yes.
I have a question, Ryan. Wouldn't necessarily be for you, but, with our other solar projects, Has National Grid required that they always put up poles?
Yes.
So this is not out of the norm.
In fact, a number of the solar projects have sought an area variance for this board
Right.
for the above ground poles at the point of interconnection.
So you resubmitted some forms with that we all got,
We have.
with the clarification on the address, we got all those forms.
Yes.
So there's a number of things that still have to occur with your project. You have a number of other approvals that you have to get, and I'm assuming that this project, we would schedule a joint public hearing with the planning board.
This board has entertained that in the past on large-scale commercial solar projects. On both the site plan review, the planning board, and these types of area variances from the zoning board. On this, usually initiated by the planning board. There's also been seeker lead agency coordination. I don't believe that's undertaken yet. I can report to the board that at the planning board, there was discussion about additional visual impact assessment work that needs to be undertaken before the project review can advance. So I think, correct, a number of things still need to occur for the variance application to proceed. Should be coordinated between the two boards. And what other involved agencies there may be.
Right.
So, do we know exactly what, items on this end for the variance can be considered?
Well, initially, there will need to be seeker lead agency coordination. Okay, we'll start with that one. Okay, and that has to be undertaken, and usually that's initiated by the planning board. Then there'll be certain timeframes associated with sending that out to the other involved agencies. And once those responses come back, then the seeker lead agency can be determined. So that's one procedural step that needs to be reviewed. And I'll defer to the planning board and its review engineer on other technical issues that may be outstanding.
So at this point, then he just needs to continue to work with the planning board.
It's within your discretion. You can certainly continue to put them on your agenda to review the application for the area variances. That's at your discretion. The matter will continue to pend in front of the planning board. The planning board has not yet determined their site plan application would be complete.
Right. So if you'd like, we can put you on the agenda for next month.
Sure. That'd be great.
Just come back in,
Yeah, we'd love to be
review where you are
Yeah.
with the planning board.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
16th at 6:30?
Just be on
No,
the agenda.
it's not, they'll just be on the agenda.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Have a good night.
on our agenda is Atlas Renewable Brunswick and Sickaway Solar Use Variances.
Good evening. Can the board see the screen well? It's the center of matter is readable.
Yes.
You turn the lights down or something. That's a little better.
What we need to do again, it has been a while. The last meeting that we had for these two projects was September, October 2022. Then the town of Brunswick started the solar moratorium, which lasted 18 months. After the solar moratorium, we had some conversations with the town supervisor.
Excuse me, sir, you put in the microphone, please.
When the solar moratorium was lifted, we had some short conversations with the town supervisor how to proceed. The town supervisors recommended us that the projects are still on the ZBA, applications are still valid, and we should proceed with the ZBA. We submitted 20 days ago a folder with all documentation as a matter of for the board to have it easy to review. I assume that when the engineer has provided a copy of this, the main intention is to summarize what has been discussed and to agree with the board which would be the next steps. As a short summary, we are talking about two solar projects, one located in the McChesney Avenue extension. We call this project Sickaway Solar Farm. It's 5 megawatt and needs to be connected to a substation, Sickaway substation. The other solar project is Brunswick Solar Farm. It's to be connected at Chippy Lane and also to be connected at one of the transformers of the Sickaway substation. The reason that we are here is because this is the town of Brunswick map, zoning map, and both independent, both proposed projects, Sickaway and Brunswick, are in the R25 district, which are residential, and according to the ZBA laws, this is not a permitted use. We submitted an initial application by August 2021. This application was rejected by the building department because it was not properly zoned. Then we submitted a use variance, a public utility standard use variance for each of these projects by September 2021. We had some initial conversations with the ZBA by October, November. LaBerge Group was engaged as the advisor to the ZBA. We had different discussions by early 2022 with some comments, with some letters. We tried to reply in our best knowledge to these comments. We provided also the applicability of the public utility standards to the board. We provide you as well with an example of Binghamton Solar Farm, which is one of our projects in the town of Binghamton, which Broome County, which was approved under use variance, public utility use variance by 2022, yes, by May 2022. We conduct a site visit with the board members and with LaBerge Group to visit both projects on site. We provided more information about the court decision, the Supreme Court decision about one project in the state of New York, which has applied for the public utility variance and initially was rejected by the town. And we were in these conversations when the solar moratorium started. So we wanted to resume now the conversations, to seek from the board, which is the appropriate next steps, and to move forward.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this has just come back to us after a long period of dormancy due to the moratorium. It's been reintroduced. I know the town's designated review engineer, Ronald Firth, is here. I don't know that, and I don't believe, has had the time to review any of the application materials, quite frankly, nor have I. And I'm not sure we're in a position to even discuss next steps. This really does need to be reviewed to determine next steps. I'm glad it's back in front of the zoning board. You were directed back here. The applications are pending, but this will have to be reviewed both for the technical, and sometimes, since Ron has a chance to take a look at the materials again, and we can certainly review next procedural steps.
So we can put you on, if you'd like, we can put you on the agenda for September 16th. And that'll give everyone time to look through the materials.
I think it would, and in between now and then, if there's any need to reach out to the applicant, I'm sure Ron can contact Luis, and if I have any questions, I'll reach out directly to the project attorney, Dave Brennan, prior to the September 16th meeting. Otherwise, we'll see you on the 16th.
I would just ask that, you said you made that summary submission to the board. You guys electronically?
Yes,
Did we forward that to me? I did not. I didn't receive it.
Yes, it's 29 or 30 documents, because it's one is the video of 3 gigabytes.
So what I'll do is, I can either, if you have a site, I can download it from, or I can give you. Like that.
Where is I am?
Yeah, I have a copy, so I'll get it.
Okay.
So. So at that point, we have no more agenda items. We did.
Can I have
Yeah,
a question?
go ahead.
Is this information basically the same as what the information we got 2 years ago? Is there any difference between?
Yes, we didn't submit any additional information, not to confuse the board. So yes, this folder, this binder is 29 probably or 30, and it's the first document, it's the summary letter, and then it's by chronological order. What we submit, first it's the denial from the building department, then our submissions for the Sikaway Solar Farm, Brookville Solar Farm. We have included as well the minutes of meeting with the ZBA as a reference for what was discussed in those meetings, what was the determinations. So it's in chronological order. We have not submitted any new document. We have checked. We anticipated that probably one of the questions from the Verge group or from the board is that, okay, in these 2 years, what has happened? Has anything changed? And National did, which is a fair question. We have double checked that it's practically the same. The only increases has been, in our views, residential. So there is on each substation probably 300 kilowatt, which probably is 10, 20 houses that are being connected in these 2 years. Anyway, we can provide this data if the board requires.
So all the previous documentation we can discard? Well, I wouldn't discard it, John.
Well,
As
no,
large as the record may be, you should
Well,
maintain
I'm
that.
just saying some of the technical
You might
information
be able
here,
to work off of this one.
Okay.
It seems to be have all been put together
consolidated.
for you. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So it also includes Mr. LaBerge's comment letter, so it's kind of a full record
Yeah.
of what has happened during the process, but nothing has been updated since the moratorium. We were waiting to see if the town board acted in one way or another. It came out of the moratorium, to my knowledge, with no changes to the zoning law, and so we were, I think, appropriately directed. Your application was subject to a moratorium, is no longer subject to that moratorium. You should get yourself on the agenda of the zoning board, and I think this is kind of typical of what we would expect. It's a hello, how's everyone been? I see everyone's still here, and let's pick it back up and dust it off and review things, and hope to wade in a little bit deeper at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to verify that all board members got one email and a letter. There was one letter regarding the Chick-fil-A
Yes.
project, and the other email was regarding the CV solar project that's being proposed on the Chestnut Islands.
Yes.
Yes.
It's received.
Does anybody have, we should go over what the agenda is for next month. We have the Bot Lane public hearing at 6:00, Hoosick Street for the sign variance at 6:15. And then our regular agenda is CVE North American for an area variance and Atlas Renewables for a use variance. Anybody have anything else? You want to make a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make a motion to.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's closed.
We're done.